2021, what up, y'all?
Hey.
Don't read what the hell? Don't read the comments. I am Midas.
Sophia.
Funny Matt.
Okay.
Hollywood ass nigga.
I hope you guys can
You just
read.
Hollywood?
Cross this whole
Cross this whole damn
and it's told by
I'm just. You couldn't even put the black socks on though. You had to go.
I had to get with the grips, man.
Oh.
You know.
Okay. Just from the hospital. Fresh out the hospital.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
fresh off that 72-hour hold.
My whites ain't that. My whites ain't that white.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and rock the regulars right now. But yeah, I'm gonna embrace my fly shit.
Since we last been on the air,
Wow, it's been a long time.
it has been a long time. Been a long time, man. But your beard grew out.
Yes. You guys that have it lined up.
So by that time,
He switched from Maxi Pass to tampons.
I like it though.
Yeah.
It gives me a different.
Yeah. He likes that better. He says he likes the feel of it. Yeah.
Heavy.
Let me know if you want to go to the pants. That's next.
Heavy.
Buy a car, buy a-
He needs the heavy load. He needs the heavy load.
So nobody responded. Guess we're done. We're off the air.
Since we last talked to y'all.
You was in your feelings. I'm sad for you.
Why?
Man.
What? I was about feelings about what?
Just in the group chat, you was like, well, I got a lot to talk about. Oh, nobody's responding. guess we're off the air.
I get in
now.
my feelings, man.
Oh
That's the
my
airy shit in me,
God.
man. But you got married since we last.
I got engaged.
Congratulations. Give us the details.
Nice pictures, by the way.
Nice, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
So was that before the question, during the question?
During.
I'm always curious about that.
During.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
that was during. So
That's
I I sent her on a scavenger hunt
Okay.
through the city. And how I framed it is
Like Aurora?
Yeah, call that the Peoria.
go to the easy part. The third pair of Dickies in the
There's a
back
clue.
pocket is your next clue.
Where'd you go, bro? My bad. What happened?
Nah, so I told her she was getting a self-care day.
Okay.
That's how I knew that she wouldn't catch on too quick.
Okay.
And so what I did is I put like a clue, the first clue, on her steering wheel, and I said, "You got to be in your car, be in your truck at 11:45." So she went in there. The clue was there. Wrote her like everything rhymed too, like a little poem. So where she was going. So she got her nails done. The first spot. Second clue was under her seat, so I told her she had to text me.
Okay.
So
Okay,
then she
Oprah.
went under her seat, exactly. So then she went to a on-the-go wellness spa.
Okay.
And
That's Tasha's?
yes, thank you, Tasha. If you're watching,
Tasha.
thank you, Tasha.
What's up, Tosh?
Tasha hooked us up, man. So she got a massage.
Okay.
And then while she was in the massage, they made her what's the shit? With the champagne and juice. Why can't I think about it?
Mimosa?
A mimosa. And they had her next clue
Okay.
for her. So then she went to where our first date was.
Oh.
So our first date, I was late.
Okay.
And when we got into the place, they was like, we closed, but we're about to close, but you guys could have like a ginger ale or something. So we sat there, just chopped it up, had a ginger ale. So I went to that place beforehand, and they gave her a ginger ale in her next clue.
Okay. Oh, that's dope.
So then she went to Bar Louie, because that's where we ended up going.
Okay.
And we had wings. We had ordered wings. We didn't eat them because we was talking the whole time. And when we was getting ready to leave, I was like, "You want to take these home?" And she was like, "No, I'm cool." I was like, "Thanks." And my fat ass took them. So she always messed with me. She's like, "Yeah, you sure didn't give me a chance to think about it. Like, you took the wings." So they gave her some wings. And that was a clue. Then she went down to Lawrence and Larimer. Shout out to John and Kiana. Well, really, shout out to Kiana. John's a piece of shit.
Okay.
Y'all know that.
Yes. KC. Good looking out.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So they had a shirt for her, said like self-love, like a denim shirt, and she changed into that. They gave her a drink, and then she met me down at this place called the Park Apartments over on
Yeah.
on 9th and Spear.
Yeah.
And
The old DC-10 around the corner from there.
nah, by the old Menage a Trois.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
It was right over there, and so my brothers Ian and Evan Macklin, the twins,
Okay.
they lived there, so they hooked it up, man. And when I say they hooked it up, man, they're like real enthusiastic guys. So they're like, man, this is fucking epic. We got a guy for you. We got a videographer. It's gonna be fucking drones hovering over your head. She won't even fucking know they're there, man. It's gonna be epic. So. She got there, we had some champagne, and I was like a little nervous. We went out to this big fire pit and overlooked the city, man. And yeah, man, and I did it.
How many people was there?
Shit, just us.
Just y'all, man.
Just
The
us.
drones really came and everything?
The drone was hovering. I was like kind of beating around the bush, and then I heard a zzz, and I kind of looked and I could see it, so I was like, I better do this before she noticed it.
So what she say?
Man, she said yes.
Let's
First
go,
she,
man.
no. Hold on. Now take that clap back from her ass.
oh.
First she said, shut the fuck up. And then I sat there for a minute. She said, shut the fuck up. Then she did the thing that the ladies in the church be doing with their hands. I said, is that yes? She said, yes.
Hell yeah.
That's
In the
dope.
game, man.
My guy, man.
So
Wait, why would you take the clap back?
Because she cursed.
No, we gonna keep it. Welcome,
That's
man.
dope, man. You did
Jay
some
wanted
real,
to welcome you.
you
Jay
did
wanted
some
to
real
welcome you to the club.
You did some real TV shit.
Yeah, man. Thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying? And now that that's public, like you
Right.
set the bar like stupid high for niggas, and I'm so glad I'm on the other side of that. So, good luck, niggas.
Yeah, good luck. y'all turkeys.
Good luck. I'll do
All
that.
right, I'll marry you. Damn.
That's dope, man. That's the dope way to start 2021 after
Yeah.
all this shit
Yeah,
that's happened
perfect,
in
man.
2020.
It was
man.
perfect.
So while you was doing that though, when we was laying low, blended cultures was kind of on everybody's tongue, right? Got different stuff coming out, reflection shit, and I see different, I see
I have
different
construction
photo
stuff
shoots
coming.
and yeah. Talk to him.
Now-
What's going on?
Was the reflective stuff inspired by construction shit? Now, because
No.
now I'm like
No.
trying to connect dots
No.
and all
Okay.
kinds of shit.
The reflection was inspired by that young lady she was in Aurora. She was going for a jog, and somebody in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she was like going for a jog, and then she got attacked. This young lady got attacked, and then people heard screams, but they didn't know where she was coming from. So then the reflective, I was like, well, maybe at nighttime we all wear reflective stuff. They can always see us. So reflective collection is deep. That's like for kids, and I can't tell you too much, but yeah,
dope.
that's where it came from.
That is dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can still wear your reflective shit. You can wear it anyway. Just, you know how you can still wear that shit, bro. You good. We gonna find you something though, man. What's up with you, man? What you been doing besides wearing whoopty socks? What's going on? What's going on, man? Where your head at?
Shit. I mean, the tux. I don't know. How do I answer that? Like I came honestly. I'll be real with y'all. I came out, out really out of like a weird space, weird little dark space. But I was trying to stay on the positive side of it, just from experience. Like I feel like I'm like starting 2021 from like scratch.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, it's not good though. It's not by design or how it's supposed to be for me. So how I'm kind of looking at it is seeing that it's going the way it is. It's clearly like that transition point for me, where there's clearly like something really dope on the horizon. But to get there, this shit gotta happen. Does that make sense? So I don't know.
It's not like a Kim Kardashian dad transition. but it's a different type of
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Y'all know
So
what
it's
y'all know what I'm
getting
saying.
it.
I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you
No,
know
I'm
what I'm
with
saying? Like I wish I'd have been able to like have some like greater, like cool, like interesting answer. But being transparent, it's not really like some cool shit. So like, I'm just trying to stay optimistic about the future because, you know.
Perfect way to start the show, though, right?
I'm sorry.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But
That's real.
you
No,
know
it's
what
a
I'm
perfect
saying?
way to start the show because at some point we all have to think about like where you want to be at a certain age at a certain time. You know what I'm saying? Like birthdays come up, and that happened to me a couple of years ago, where I was in a deep depression. To be honest with you, it's one of them birthdays where you start reflecting where you need to be at the age that you're at the point, right? And you start dreaming because when you have dreams, you kind of put an age limit on them dreams. You do, right? When
I think men in general, you guys are really hard on each other because I do feel like you were saying, like men. What I've noticed, a lot of men. In life, I've noticed that men get more pressure when it comes to, you know how they say that girls, we have like a time clock in our body, like how girls feel pressured. I feel like men have their own way of that because, like you said, men get to a certain age and be like, man, I gotta have a family, I gotta have if you're into marriage, yeah, I gotta be married, I gotta have a house, I gotta have my kids. And if you don't, you compare yourself to the next man your age and be like, I missed the bus.
Yeah, that's real. That's a hell of an observation because you're right. Our clock isn't the clock y'all focus on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But our clock is, we don't realize we have a clock, but we definitely do, you know, as far as like achievements, success, and things that we want for ourselves, we do apply that pressure to ourselves. And if we either hit them or we don't hit them, you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying, it can definitely affect us. And you end up, you know, a lot of people, depending on their perspective and the things that they've done, you know, you get to a point where, you know, motherfuckers start feeling like failures.
Or because you can never amount to that, whatever it is you want to amount to. So even then, for me, right?
The pressure can be unfair.
To some people, it's all about perspective as well, though.
True.
Because to other people, you are the man. When I go back to Long Beach, man, like that shit was like that shit was like the greatest. Like it was like no other feeling. Like we see you, it's like we see you, nigga. Like we see you out there doing your thing. Like you know what I'm saying? And I'm like to them, I'm that nigga.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that perspective was just, so for me to be feeling like it's not enough, for them, they're saying it in a whole different way. But like you said, we do have that internal clock. We have a built-in competition. So you know by 20 you're supposed to be, by 25 I'm supposed to be here. You know, nigga, you're really supposed to be having a house by this age. Yeah. And not only that, not only does your family kind of tell you that, women do. You kind of have to be at a certain place to know, like you. Like, you know.
Now you add social media on top of that.
Yeah, social media when niggas is flexing and it's so much pressure. You go crazy. I think a lot of times why niggas is going crazy. They can't meet whatever criteria it is at a time that you're going to meet. Especially with music. They tell you by 30, you washed. You doing music? Oh my God, you're rapping, especially in rap. You doing rap? You 30? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? You doing this? You acting? You trying to model? You trying to dance? You trying to act? Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Yeah, and that's when you say, yep.
Yeah,
I don't like when people live
go
with
for what you want.
You're not supposed to have no even, especially as an artist, like any artist. I'm talking about Bob Ross artist to music artist. Like when you're an artist, like you can't. It's called art for a reason. Artist. Like you can't tell somebody who's a rapper you could only do rap, or someone who's a singer. If they're artists, they're versatile. They can go anywhere. You know, you can't.
Yeah,
you can't listen to people tell you what to do. Yeah, you're an artist.
Would you ever come on here without doing your hair?
Yeah.
You would?
I've done that already.
Has she?
How would I know?
Well, because I kind of always see her kind of done up. So
really?
when I see her, you always present yourself the best way you can possibly present yourself.
Oh, thanks. No, I actually feel like I was a little bit.
This is the point I'm getting to. This is the point I'm getting to. It. That's when I said when you said it, I just.
What?
What am I saying, man? Help me.
I think you're saying that as you get older, you do become, I guess, washed is the term. And so you want to give the best version of you at your peak. And at your peak it could be at a younger age than what it is. But here's where I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
I think everybody has their it's timing. It's timing with everything. Just with comedy.
Right.
And I was like 37, 38 when K-Tone hollered at me about going to the improv. So I'm like, I'm too old to be doing this shit. When people started asking like, yo, where can I book you? I'm like, here's my phone number, man. Just call me. And I'm here. I am one, and I mean the shit is going. So like, I'm not gonna put.
That was your first comedy show? I was there. That was your first comedy show?
First.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, man. You was seasoned, bro. Like I told you.
Man, I was
like,
nervous as shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's seen it. So like even with them dudes you wearing on your shirt, that's what we can talk about today. And another thing, right? With them. Because them niggas is 40. Them niggas is 40, okay?
Yeah.
And so we've been hearing about Benny especially for a very long time. So at a time when they come out rapping the way they do, that shit was never supposed to work. That's why I'm always fascinated about it because Jay's right. When I do go over there, that's what he's playing. It's either on the thing or it's on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's playing. So I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like the boom bap shit. I get it.
It feels timeless to me.
But I didn't think it could ever come back the way it came back with those people that had come back because I just look at them and you can see that they some older dudes. So I didn't think that it was going to make the transition to everybody the way it did. So I was proud of that everybody got a chance. You fuck with them? You know him? You know who that is? Griselda?
I don't even know if like I don't know if their base is a young base though. I think there's enough motherfuckers over a certain age limit
that's still buying music and really streaming shit like that.
Streaming for sure because you're not getting it. Think of how many of us by default grew up fans of certain shit, and we're just not getting the shit that we like all the time. And so as soon as, you know what I'm saying, just like, so Griselda fills that void for cats that haven't been getting that. You know what I'm saying? And whatchamacallit, Bus, you know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes' new shit. Like for niggas over a certain age, I don't expect a 16-year-old to be really fucking with Busta Rhymes music right now. But for motherfuckers that came up in, appreciating what bro brought to the table, when you're able to get that, you're like, shit. Because it puts you back in your space, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying?
My point that I was trying to make the one from earlier was that we're still impressionable people. So as much as when you say, go ahead and do it, like you're never old enough to do it, you're still conscious of the people that you're doing it for. Now, what I brought up with Faya is she's never going to present herself in a way, and I still believe that, even though she's not going to come on the show without her hair being done. I don't care what she says. She's not going to do a photo shoot with her hair not being done and be out there like that. She's not going to do that, right? Because she wants to present herself the best way. Because why? Because people are watching.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying, right? So when you go into it thinking and you're trying to make music, you say, "No, you're never too old, or you can still do this." No, you have a mindset. Me and Tux talk about this.
Yeah.
Me and Juice talk about this.
Yeah.
He was so much in his head about it. I was getting mad about it though. Like, bro, like who gives a fuck? Like, make this music, man. No, man, these young niggas, who gives a fuck, bro? You still can shoot. Like I can say it, right? At some point, when you out there on the court, young niggas is dribbling past you and dunking on you. Sit your ass down. But as long as I'm able to play defense and able to shoot my shot, my nigga, I'm getting out there on that court because this is what I love to do. But I know when I'm starting to lose a step.
You know it.
So once I start to lose a step, I'm not doing that shit anymore because you're not going to embarrass me. But until I get to that point, you can't tell me I can't play. That was my point with it, though.
And that's like a physical thing. Like they say, Father Time is undefeated.
It's mental.
But when it comes,
it's not physical. It's mental.
Man, come on.
It's mental.
No, it's mental. Mike has the strongest mental. You can't put Michael Jordan on the court right now.
Yeah, when you're not physically able to do the shit that you used to do your whole life, then maybe it's time to sit down.
When you get into artistry.
But you talk yourself out of shit mentally, though. I believe in the power of the tongue.
I couldn't agree more.
The speech, what you put out in the air. If I tell you I'm great, I will be great because I'm putting it out there. I have to match that. When people tell you I'm a fuck up, they're a fuck up. I can't do shit right. Nigga, that that shit's gonna follow you. You put it in the area, you believe that. I believe in who I am, so I speak that shit. So I'm going to be that person when I say it, though. Anything else, though, my nigga, don't bring that shit to me because that's what you believe and your body starts to feel. Me and Tux talked about that. I'm in the gym every fucking day. You can't tell me if I tell myself, I'm old now, nigga. Shit, I'm an old nigga now. Guess what I'm gonna be? An old nigga. I ain't no fucking old nigga. I'm gonna let the old niggas be old nigga. I'm moving around this bitch. I'm gonna do it. Whatever I gotta do to be who I gotta be, and that's the point. I'm not forgetting the space that I'm in, but I'm never gonna speak that shit. Y'all never gonna hear that shit from me. I can't do this. Oh, niggas is I only speak positivity. I only speak life. I only speak bigger and better shit because that's all I believe, though. Once you train your mind for that shit, bro, to be whatever. If niggas want to be broke, they gonna train themselves to be broke and do broke nigga shit.
No doubt. No doubt.
You feel me?
No,
when I tell myself I'm getting to Miami, I'm moving to Miami. I'm moving to Miami. I want you to know I'm putting this shit in the air because it's got, but the point is, it's got to move that way now. I'm moving bricks and moving mountains with my speech. I'm not just putting the shit. I'm being intentional. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, y'all. I'm still mindful of who I am and what it looks like when I'm out there and I'm doing my thing, though. Okay? I'm mindful of it. So niggas will tell you all they want. Yeah, nigga, go ahead. But you watch it and you're seeing and you're going. Like you watching tape of a nigga playing basketball. And Jordan knew when he got to the West, he's going, I only got a little bit while to go. Let me kind of pull back. And he wasn't saying I could still be able to pull this off. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. I just didn't know at a certain age, at a certain time, whatever it is you do, like you said, at 37, 38. You could have, I'm too old myself to death for this.
And my boy Primo told me, my brother Primo told me, he said, when I told him, I said, man, I'm too old for this shit. I don't want to do this. He said, man, Rodney Dangerfield was 42 years old when he first got into comedy. And all them other comedians, D-Ray Blackson, all them dudes, they pushing 50.
Dropped his album almost 30. Nicki dropped hers at 27.
Jay is 50. He just dropped that album
and retired like 4
times. So yeah, man. I say if you want to go for something, don't let nothing stop you. Because what you gonna tell somebody that just come home?
No.
They've been sitting down.
You know the difference, though. Niggas know when it's like, there's a couple niggas out here that shouldn't be rapping anymore as far as putting shit out.
Anymore, so they've been rapping and then.
Well, they're still rapping, and it's time. It's time, bro. You can listen to the music and go, it's time, bro.
If you're not, I agree with that. Like,
it depends. So here's my thing: I'll never discourage anybody from doing something they love, but if you doing something and you sacrificing your family, money and shit like that, but you ain't no good, I couldn't agree more. But if that's something you want to kind of do on the side, then I say do that shit. Go for it till you 80. Shit, I don't care, man. What you eat don't make me shit. I don't care what people do.
No, I don't either. It's just I believe during my reign and all this shit, I've been able to come through a couple different waves of this shit for a reason. Okay? And my relationships, which are key, with some of these people that keep coming through the line of shit to be able to do. Okay? I'm one of the few niggas to have songs with all these niggas. From the Young Does and the Nike Nitties and the Juluxes, to the Trebs and the AP, to the Preezes and that wave, to the Meezies and the... You hear what I'm going with this, bro?
And the Traces.
The Meezies and the Traces, and there's a reason why, though, nigga. Might have still... You see what I'm saying? Because of my relationship with them niggas. I wasn't trying to block these niggas when they was on the way. I called these niggas and let them know. Ask 100 Rack 6. Ask Trace. Ask fucking 100 Tech Savvy. Ask this. I'm in this nigga inbox. And nigga, go. Keep going, nigga.
Right.
Yo, shit hard, nigga. Never met this nigga a day in my life, but guess what, though? I like that nigga. So you know what I'm gonna do? That's my job. That's where I'm from. When a nigga's doing something,
let him know.
You let him know.
Let him know.
That's real.
That's my thing, though, bro. It ain't no hate over here, young nigga. What you doing, nigga? You going hard, nigga.
Keep going.
Because I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna find a way to get through. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find a way to get through. That's the Gucci Man way of doing it, though. You gotta find a way to find your pocket and still respect what niggas do, though. When you try to shut these niggas out and shit, they don't want to fuck with you. Am I talking too much?
No. But I'm gonna expand on what you were saying and get back to the ages and thing that we was kind of initially on. I feel like this: if you have a passion, if you have a interest, a hobby, whatever it is that you do that makes you happy or that's been a part of you and your DNA, I honestly encourage everybody to continue to do that shit until you can't do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? If it's a sport, yeah, usually it's going to be some physical shit that's going to make you sit down and play a different role.
Right.
But even when you have to sit down and play a different role, you still got to kind of have skin in the game in some aspect, because when you remove that shit from your life, you have this weird void, and you're not you're not yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like a person that, like, let's say a painter or a dancer or some shit. Like, let's say somebody was doing ballet their whole fucking life or whatever. This was what made them then. You know what I'm saying? And they had to eventually stop dancing or some shit like that. Shit would be cool for them if they were still like a part of the situation where their wisdom, their insight, their understanding can kind of help the next generation or whatever, and they're still kind of involved. But if they were to just go sit down and be completely disconnected and disassociated from that world altogether, they'd fucking sit and die inside and not even fucking know why.
I disagree.
Why?
I disagree.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of people that we know that only know themselves for one thing, and it's a sad thing, right? They become that person, so you know them as that person. So when they can no longer be that person anymore, it kills them inside, because you can't be. It's a lot of niggas that used to be high school athletes, bro, right? And we've seen these niggas before, right? They was the cream of the crop in school, right? They was the cream of the crop. I was cool, bro. I was cool. I had my little 10, 12 a game. I wasn't no 20, 22, 24 nigga. But everybody knew me, though. Everybody knew me, though, nigga. I'm the one that's getting invited to the shit. I moved around pretty well. Does that make sense? They knew I would be okay in life, nigga. Because this wasn't who I was, though. Them niggas that fucked up their knee and went to college and lasted a year or whatever life is, you know what niggas talk about? They talk about old shit.
Damn. Because
that's life. Most niggas just talking about old shit.
You know what?
Does that make sense? But listen to what I'm saying.
Those are the ones that got put out before they was ready to. The
rappers, the football players, the niggas that had hoes, the whatever it was, the niggas that had money. Listen to me, bro. When niggas know you for that, and this is what you believe you are. Once you are no longer that, and you don't know who you are, that's the transition in life, bro. That's when you start. That's when you start playing with pistols and shit and popping them pills, because you don't know who you are.
I kind of disagree with you.
Okay. I ain't mad. Talk to me.
Cause I want to know, to the people in the comments too, I want to include you guys in it. Let me know what you guys think. But my thing is, how are we supposed to know who we are if we never been who we are before? I've never been 24 before. I've only been 24 one time. I've only been 25 one time. It's like, how do you expect me to be something I've never been before? So isn't life about creating yourself, or is it about finding yourself? Because how the fuck, when did I get lost?
I think it's definitely about finding yourself, but I think you can lose. You can.
No, I feel like a lot of people think that they're lost, but they're not lost. It's just they're comparing themselves to other people, so they rush to feel like they gotta figure it out, or they feel like they have to be something because they see everyone being something. It's like, you don't gotta rush. You don't gotta figure out of who you are. Like, you don't even know who you are. I think you got to figure out how you want to feel. I think because your feelings control your thoughts. So I feel like if you can't control your thoughts, then at least, sorry, my Spanglish, I've been practicing. I've been around a lot of Mexicans lately. Forgot my English. But I'm saying, like, if you can't control how you think, then you got to control how you feel. If you can't control how you feel, then you got to start with your thoughts. So it's like, I understand what Midas is saying, but I feel like a lot of people, through my experience, they feel lost because they're trying to figure out who they are, and they can't figure out who they are if you don't even know what you're trying to be. So I think you should more create yourself instead of trying to discover yourself, because who is anyone to tell you you're lost?
Well, I agree with what you're saying, but I think you guys are talking about different stages
What
at
stage
the
are we
same
talking about?
time,
I'm talking about all stages.
because you're talking about somebody still trying to find themselves. He's talking about somebody who's been them, whoever they are known as.
That's what,
for
that's
for
what
a
I'm
minute.
saying. There's
You know what
a
I'm
lot
saying?
of people that get into a sport, right? They become a basketball player their whole life. Since high school, middle school, they've been telling, their family's been telling them to, go to college, to be the best basketball player in the world. Well, they grew up most of their whole life playing basketball. By the time their basketball's over, they're lost now. They don't even know what to do because they feel like they feel like they ain't got nowhere else to do, nowhere else to go, right? But it's just like, but how do you know they're not lost? Because maybe basketball is something that they was told they had to do.
Yeah.
They're told there that there's something like you go to basketball since high school all the way to college. You finish college, maybe you feel like you're lost because you feel like, well, that's all I know. Because your whole life, people tell you what you needed to be, what you needed to do.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Create yourself. Because who would you know that you're the next Bob Ross?
No,
but you don't know that though.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. But this is the thing
So
about
you're not
kids.
lost.
Because I work with a lot of kids. I mentor a lot of kids, and this is the thing kids do, right? Kids do whatever they are celebrated for.
Yeah.
So if I'm celebrated for shooting niggas, I'm gonna shoot niggas.
Yep.
Y'all give me love for shooting niggas, that's what I'm gonna do. If I'm celebrated for getting money, I'm gonna get money. Okay? If I'm celebrated for a fight, and this is how it is. What you base it on.
Yeah.
You base off what you're good at, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I seen it in my
Being
daughter
that
right now,
funny
man.
kid in the class,
When niggas started
keep being the clown.
when you play basketball and you score a different way, you go, oh shit. You really clapping for that? I do that? This is what I'm going to do. So at some point, though, this is what I think, though. At some point, for some people, because not all people do, but a lot of football players I know, especially the athletes, not really the rap niggas, because they find a way to transition because you kind of got to do it anyway, though. Yep. But the athletes, when you don't play anymore and niggas ain't clapping your name and walking you through life anymore and letting you come to restaurants free and shit starts stopping, you start going, well, shit, what's my value? People don't know their value in life.
Okay, well then if you love the clapping and you realize that you like the feeling of clapping, don't get discouraged because you no longer could play basketball. Find something else that some people could clap you for. There's so many. So maybe the thing is you're into people. You're into what's it called? What's that word? When you work in front of people, like with people, your job is to work with people. When you customer service, you know what I'm saying? So maybe if you like getting the claps and you feel like a nobody now, then do something else that may be a coach. You can be a coach now.
Y'all know that the dopest rappers in the city, even this city right now, all play sports in our high school.
Yeah.
That shit's not, niggas was celebrated for all of them. Okay?
Yeah.
AP didn't wake up just being tall. This nigga was dunking on people, preached the same way. I'm not trying to be funny, but okay, at some point it has a transition because when niggas stop doing that, I remember you. So what do you do now, though, nigga? But listen to me, bro. Niggas gotta understand, though. That's how kids get crazy. The same kids we work with, right? Yeah. I gotta keep going, though. Once I get money, I can't. Used to have money. I gotta keep doing whatever it is.
I'm agreeing with you 100%. I got a perfect example.
Okay.
Perfect example. Jermaine Mason, Freaky Mason. I gave him his flowers.
Yep.
He's the basketball trainer. So, Freak and I, we grew up together. Everybody knew Jermaine for hoop.
Right.
So, Jermaine in college, we was living in Pueblo together. He was playing at Southern Colorado, which is CSU Pueblo now.
Okay.
Jermaine told me before his last game, I'll never forget, we were sitting there and he said, man, this is hard. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do. After this, he went to school, got his degree, did everything. And I didn't have an answer for him. So fast forward, we come back home. Him and I got spot down in Park Hill. Y'all both probably came through. We used to have a party. It was fun, but I could tell Jermaine he was in a darker place. He never showed it. He never showed it with any kind of emotion. He wasn't destructive or nothing like that. But you could just tell he wasn't loving it. And we were downtown. And we was just sipping right before the 4th of July. And I told him, I said, Freak, they got an open tryout with the Nuggets. Because they making fun of the Nuggets because we so bad. They got an open tryout at the Pepsi Center. Go to that. He said, I'm done. I ain't got shit. We saw Chauncey that night in this little hole in the wall. Remember Herbs down on like 21st and Market? We down there. Wasn't nobody in there. We sitting with Chauncey. And this was right before Chauncey signed with Detroit. Because him and I were sitting there talking, and he was like, man, I'm about to go visit Detroit. this dude told Jermaine, he said, man, just try out. What harm could it do? Jermaine made the open tryout. He made the roster. He was only on there for a very short time, but it rejuvenated him. Mm-hmm. Now I told him, I said, Jermaine, why don't you coach or do something like that? Jermaine coaching Emmanuel and training, and he's so happy now. So you gotta kind of stay in your lane.
Because his shit was the love too.
It was the love.
It depends on what you do it for.
It's what you do it for.
Because and y'all made a good point, and it sounds shitty because I know at the same time, for some people it don't apply. But yeah, like T.I. said, if you do it for the cheers, you're gonna die for the boos or the silence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you do what you do for the love of it, because it's what you love, it's not about none of the accolades. This is what makes you happy.
Right.
You need to continue doing that shit.
For you.
For you.
It's for you.
Yeah.
You know
what I'm saying?
You know what Jeff Bezos, whatever, has said something, and that said that he does things based on if it's going to help change people's life or not. And then Shaq went and he read upon that, and he said that when he read that Jeff Bezos says that he does things based on when Amazon took off, it took off more when he started applying it to it's going to help and benefit people. And then Shaq said that he took and applied that same thing to his life, and then with the shoes, and ever since then he took off, and now he made $4 million after taking Jeff Bezos' advice. So it's like, if you do something because you love it, that's great. That means you're not going to get bored doing it. But if you're doing it to help somebody else, that's where the real benefits come. That's where the real blessings come.
Well,
I agree to a certain extent, for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what's the extent? Let's talk about the extent.
It's going to seem biased, you know what I'm saying?
Don't read the comments.
But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I clearly... Everybody knows me for art, and I love art. I would do it regardless of whether there was a dollar associated with it. You know what I'm saying? But once I opened it as a...
You do it for free?
Midas, shut up.
You doing covers for free?
Once I started doing it as a service to my peers and to the scene that I was a part of and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Then... yeah, you know what I'm saying? Relationships started to follow. Those created other opportunities that opened other doors that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there kind of is a return energy that comes from giving and helping out other people. You know
you said but. I'm waiting for the but. I'm waiting for the part that you disagree with me part. Talk about that. You said extent. What's the extent?
Goddamn.
I mean, with anything, with anything, when you providing a service or trying to help people, there's gonna be bullshit that come along with it that kind of like steals the joy.
There's more bullshit on the other side.
Yeah.
But there's way more bullshit when you do something for clout, for likes, for attention than there is when you do it to help people.
True.
There's gonna be bullshit, but you're gonna get blessed regardless. If this person does you wrong, somebody's gonna do you right after him. Yeah. And when the bullshit side, you ain't gonna get nothing.
For him though, and I'm gonna speak on it because I know though, he doesn't. It's like this dude only gets up for projects that he loves to do. Except it's work to him. All that other shit is work to him. No, I'm telling you, it's work to him now. When he talks about, look, the smile like whenever he talks about. You see it? It's like this, talks like this. But he said, you know, he loved it so much he'll do it for free. And I know niggas at home was like, yeah, I need a cover. And I've been trying to reach out to this nigga. But that's the point, though. He really loved the art. And so when you start taking away from the art of it, this is my thing, though. That's what I've been saying, though, right? We really love to do this shit, right? Yeah. So like when I'm in the studio, this shit's calling me, not because somebody told me to get in the studio, because that shit's calling me to do it. Yeah. That's when I make music, not on nobody else's time but my own. And that's because I love to do this shit.
That's some real shit because we've been trying to get him to, you know, we've been trying to feel him out on whether he was done with music. You know what I'm saying? Like his interest wasn't there, and it didn't matter what we was saying to him, or if it was like, yeah, you should, or what about da 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 da, and he hear it, but it didn't change anything. You know what I'm saying? It didn't change anything until he was at a point where he was ready again.
You gotta be ready.
You have to be ready. And if you do it for any other reason or in any other time, that shit ain't gonna pan out.
Okay, well let's talk about something then.
Okay.
For people that are watching, right?
Okay.
What if you're at a place in life, because there's a lot of that's happening right now, where you wanna be in your lane, you want to be motivated, you want to find the love in something, but you lost it. You're not motivated, you're not inspired, you're just at an autopilot in life. How do you snap out of that? How do you get back into your lane then? Everyone talks about, you just got to get back on your feet. How the fuck I get back on my feet when I want to die right now? How?
That's real.
You got
I'm in the wrong one.
That's real.
I can't answer that one today.
You gotta find inspiration.
That's
we don't talk about it for you too. That because you're not the only one. I mean, this is a new year, and a lot of people think new year, new me, new goals. But what about motherfuckers that are not inspired to have new goals?
So for me personally, absolutely, man, and that's what we're here for, right? Yeah. For me, I had to leave here. I could not be in this place and still be able to be inspired the same way by saying the same things every day and going through the realm.
Yeah.
Okay? When I went back to Miami, it's not my first time going, but when I went back and these niggas is treating me like I'm from Miami, I said, hold up, man. Niggas ain't like, damn, nigga, you still doing music and they like, damn, Midas, what's going on, nigga? Yeah. How do we move now? And I'm like, that's why I got to get out of my own way. Yeah, and all I was saying was I had to find that place because nobody else can find that place for you. It's hard to say. It is hard to say. Yeah. But I knew for me, like he was saying, I don't care what they was talking about with no music. I didn't care, though. That shit didn't. I'm sitting in my garage and I'm listening to beats and I'm going, it's just not, it's not cool. It's not inspiring to me. Until the one beat hits you one day and you go, shit. Okay. Yeah. Give me another one. Okay, well, shit. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
really
from the moment you feel like you wasn't inspired to the day you heard that beat, what you do in between then? That's what we're trying to do is help these people.
I try to be at peace with other things. Yeah. So if one thing doesn't work in your life, right? If one thing, for me personally, and I'll stop talking, I'll let y'all go. But I was going to say for me, if one thing doesn't work in my life, I start working on other things to empower them. Yeah. Because if something's not right there, if you let that be your do-all, I'm a nigga that suffers from depression and has family members before me and before them that have suffered from depression. Yeah. So I know if I let myself get into that state, and he'll tell you, it's a long way up for me. So I can't go, oh, whoa, shit, Midas, they not really fucking with you in the music. You ain't really getting no shows, nigga. You ain't shit.
They ain't responding to the group.
So I said, well, shit, nigga, I know what the, hold on, nigga, you gotta start watching your old videos and watching your old raps and shit. I swear to God, right? You start reminding, you're putting yourself back into the frame when you was that nigga. And that's the me now. I had to wake up and remember this the nigga that they fuck with, because if you don't realize it for yourself, nobody else gonna realize that shit. Niggas ain't gonna put you on there. You gotta put yourself on that pedestal for them to go. That's the shit. That's what niggas gotta realize.
So for you guys watching, that's a very good point. Like he said, if you're not motivated, one of the things that he said he did was to fuck with yourself. And if you don't feel like you wanna fuck with yourself, then don't fuck with other people until your energy's right. And then bring that. That's a good tip.
Real talk. Yeah.
What about you?
No, I couldn't agree more. I've been there. Shit, man. What year was that? 2012 going into 2013. I was in a deep fucking depression. And, I mean, I was up to 5 unisoms a day.
What's unisoms for the people?
The shit that help you sleep. It's a sleep aid.
Okay.
I was popping them motherfuckers, man. Like, life was kicking my ass. And my mom told me, on New Year's Day, she said, you have to step out of your comfort zone. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And so I said, well, what do you suggest? You know me best. My mom and I are very close. And she said, take an improv class or something. I was like, improv? Never done anything like that. Sat on it. Finally decided to do it. And it was like an 8-week class, but there were 5 different levels. So I did the first level and I ended up having fun, but it's funny, the first day you're in a circle and you ask them, why are you here? And there's people that were like, people wanted to be comedians, actors, and stuff, but then there were a few people that were professionals and they had a tough time speaking in front of people, stuff like that. And I was, the whole time, that anxiety, you know, where you like, I don't know, I mean, why am I here? I just told him, I said, man, I'm just here so I don't blow my fucking head off. And everybody started laughing. I'm like,
because they all relate. Everyone that laugh can relate to you. That's
yeah,
why.
and then I started going. So I did the first level, then I did the second level, then the owner like came and was like, can I take you to lunch after this? And I was like, all right, this is weird, but cool. And he took me and he told me, he just said, man, you got a natural gift. And he said, Steve Carell's one of my best friends. We went to college together. He's the one that inspired me to open this theater here. And he was like, I just like hope you take it serious. So he offered me an audition for their cast. So they said you could audition after you completed 5 levels. I was at the end of the second. And I didn't do it. He's like, you should do stand-up, you should do this. And I didn't do it, but that shit filled a void for me because I was hurting so much.
You turn your pain into like
comedy.
But
It felt good to have something to do on the weekend, like something to kind of look forward to, something that made me uncomfortable. Like I'd be driving down and I'm like, I don't want to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then I just kind of would get in my rhythm and just say, fuck it, you know, get a margarita before and just go in there and make the best of it. And it helped, man. So
what was you gonna say?
So, damn, man. I'm gonna say a couple things real quick. I'm not gonna let you just talk about playing with yourself, whispering in Jude's ear, based on here, then run into a real deep song, a whole little soliloquy about your life. Okay, so I'm not sure how nobody sat there and just let that run. Literally, I'm talking within one breath, and then I do want to say this because this was eating me up, and I don't know if it's like so because it goes to a deeper point, right? So as a woman, right?
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
As a woman, you know, is it because I believe that you made a point that was so important that superseded everything that everybody said, right? Kind of put it in a nutshell to me. And I'm not, if you recognized it and you said, I figure you said it because you stood behind it and you said, I'll repeat it. But nobody really acknowledged it like that, right? So you kind of just went with the flow, right? So at first I was like, wow, at the statement you made, but then I was like, damn, is that how it is? Like, because if I would have said that point again to make sure these niggas knew what the fuck I was saying. What it was,
she when she was saying about finding, how do you know, about if you don't know who you are or whatever, how can you?
It was about perspective. Perspective is a huge point. Is one of the biggest things in life. Okay, and it's how you take things, how you deal with things, and blah blah blah. Right? She said instead of looking at it like there's some hill to climb, or it's like there's a score you gotta get to, or a place you gotta get to, or you're trying to always find this place, right? Or find yourself, right? The perspective should be you're trying to create not yourself, but create the feeling and the emotions that make you feel good. Yeah. That should be your focus, is actually creating, not like recreating yourself as like morphing into something, but actually creating the things that make you feel good. Once you realize what makes you feel good, right? It's not about what you're in, and like they're not clapping no more. If you don't need to try to fight for that clap no more. You need to just go ahead and find a way that you could create that feeling again, and that's what gets it.
No, and right. So listen to what I'm saying, y'all. What I believe is, even in there, when you're trying to create that feeling, though, okay?
It's not. You can't force it.
You can't. Sometimes it is forced to the point because if it's not coming natural. But that's when you get in trouble, though. that's when you try to create something that's not really there, and you start trying to put that puzzle into a thing that really doesn't fit, and it just starts going haywire. I'm with you. I'm definitely that perspective is excellent because I really wasn't thinking about it.
I'm not sure.
I'm saying
I'm not sure forcing is part of it, right?
Okay.
If you're understanding what the situation is, if you're understanding that it is about creating emotion, right? Mm-hmm. Because emotion is what I think you said, that's what actually controls everything else. That's kind of what you were saying, though. I'm not sure if I agree all the way with that, but I do understand the importance of actually creating the emotion, your emotions in life.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm saying?
We're talking about how do you get, and this is for people that need to hear it, right? Because everyone, when they're in a bad state of mind, in a bad place, it's really easy to tell people, get your mojo back. And then the people's like, well, if I lost it, how do I get it back, though? How? You can't physically grab it, you know what I'm saying? How? If you're not inspired, how? If I don't want this song, it's not cool to me no more. This outfit, I don't feel fat or ugly in it now, or whatever your case may be, how you feel it. Like you said, you went to Miami, but when you went to Miami, I'm pretty sure on the way to Miami, you wasn't like, yes, I got my mojo back. You still had to put yourself in a situation physically because you wasn't feeling it, so you physically put yourself there. Once your emotions started feeling like, and he said, yeah, I heard him. He said he went back and he looked at all his stuff that he used to do back then, and he got re-inspired. So that's what I'm saying. If you don't know how to inspire yourself, if you just lost right now, you feel like everyone has a new goals and new you, new me, don't feel left behind because what someone else is doing. What might take me 8 years to do and find peace might take you 1 year, might take you 2 weeks. But that goes all based on how quickly you put yourself in the environment. Like women, like us moms, when we feel like we come home and the house is just a mess, we get into a mode where we're like, you know what, I ain't doing it. But then when we be like, okay, but if I don't do this tomorrow, I'm gonna feel like shit. What do? We put on some music or whatever we have to do to get us pumped up to get this job done and task. It doesn't mean we love it. It's just you physically or mentally, you're not gonna get your brain and your feelings to match when you are uninspired. That's why you feel like that, because something's not clicking right anymore. So when you feel like that, just know that you can go do what Midas did and go back into your past and remember what made you feel good and go back to that thing. Maybe your house is a mess and your room's a mess and you feel uninspired because your mind, however your house is and your room is, that's how your mind feels.
So that's and actually, I told y'all, and people thinking I'm kind of weird for this, but the thing about cleaning up, that little sensation in cleaning up, right? It's one of the few things in the world, because you know what? It's the few things in the world that you get instant satisfaction from. You can see your work that you put in done immediately. Mm-hmm. You see, and that's why it's an instant gratification, and that you can see it. Not something you gotta wait 6 months to see the result. Like it's instant. I can clean this shit up, and I can see it.
You too. You said it yourself. You said you didn't know how to get what to do with how you feeling, and you had to make yourself uncomfortable to get yourself back to feeling how you used to feel, if not better. So it's like you can't physically grab or do something to make you feel better. You got to get your mind to be there, but that's the hardest part, is to get your mind to get motivated, because you're not in the mood. So if you can't control your mind, then control your feeling, like your body, who you surround yourself with. Hang out with somebody that makes you laugh.
What motivates y'all? Like what motivates y'all? Like when y'all get into this period though, when you need to do a task, what are your steps to motivation?
I think it depends on the level of the task.
Okay.
If it's something where I'm just like, in that rut.
Give me an example.
Oh man, it could just be anything you get, when you got the day-to-day, get up, get ready for work, go to work, come home, get shit done at the house, go to sleep, get up, go to work. When you get in that Groundhog Day, I think just what inspires me to just try to just get in, have like a positive attitude instead of that, fuck man, I gotta go to work. Like I try to think of it like, man, I get to go to work. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I think, family and kids and man, when your household is happy because our household, like, just, it has great energy. Everybody, I mean, you know, we have our days and shit, but everybody rallies around each other.
Dope.
We all get along for the most part, and
That's dope.
and there's a lot of appreciation in my home, like a ton. So, I guess that inspires me now. That's where I'm at now in my life is family. Family inspires me.
What you inspired by?
I mean,
Or motivated?
I can relate.
Or motivated
I can
by?
relate. I can
What
definitely
motivates you?
relate to
What
that.
do you do? What are your tasks to get motivated?
Or when I'm uninspired.
Or what are you uninspired?
It's hard for
What
me
motivates?
because, I'm, you know, I'm my role. You know, I'm a creative, and trying to turn that on every single day is unnatural, right? But as when it's a business, you kind of don't have
The opportunity.
you don't have the opportunity. You got to push through them days when you're not feeling it either, or when you don't have no ideas and you're burnt out or whatever. So usually for me, I'll have to like unplug. You know, like I think one of the beauties of myself, well, you know, of how I am and like the stuff that I appreciate is that I look for the beauty in shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I can go outside and just see shit that will inspire me or motivate me or something. You know what I'm saying? But I may have to go and break away from the computer. I may have to go and change my environment, kind of like even with you. You know, you had to change your environment to kind of be reminded, right? And so like I may need to leave the house, may go downtown. You know what I'm saying? I got into art through graffiti in LA. You know what I'm saying? So that speaks to my soul. You know what I'm saying? So like I shoot down the Loto or some shit and just go look at the walls.
And you been tagging on the Loto walls, bro? You go to Loto? What
I'll
the
go,
fuck?
I'll go, you know what I'm saying? And I'll go and I'll go look at the shit that speaks to my whatchamacallit. And because it changes all the time, you know what I'm saying, then I get to see shit I haven't seen. And because I appreciate talent and I appreciate artistry, you know what I'm saying, I'm a fan of these people. Like I don't think I'm the dopest. I don't think I'm I'm dope, but I don't think I'm the dopest. So like I like going to see motherfuckers more talented than me. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm constantly seeing more talent, I'm inspired to keep going, or I'm inspired to learn a new trick, or I'm inspired to try that, or whatever. So those are the things that like kind of rekindle and shit for me, because I'm a lifelong student. You know what I'm saying? I look at shit and I'm competitive. I don't play a sport, but I'm still competitive.
So you be crossing out niggas' names and shit if they whack?
Yeah,
I'm asking you. I mean, is that what
I did not.
This nigga.
Fuck him.
This nigga told y'all everything y'all needed to hear right now. He was like, shit, sometimes I go downtown to get inspired. I look at dope shit, and when it's whack,
But that's fair though.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit can be inspiring.
I'll go, and you know, and for me, like if I'm in it just depends on the slot, right? Like if it's a creative block, then yeah, I may need to just see some shit. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like some mental shit, and it's like I'm just like I don't want to make nothing, or I'm second guessing myself, or I'm whatever, I may have to do something a little similar to what he was saying.
Because that's common
And
right now. That's what's
I
happening.
may go look back. Nah, man, not cross people out, but I may go look back. I may go look back and look at some shit that I did. You know what I'm saying? I may have to go back and look at some shit that I did to realize, oh yeah, you did do that. Because when I'm in the mode, I'm just busting shit out. I'm a project to project, next project. I don't get to sit back and always be like, yeah, nigga, I made that, and sit in that
But you probably
moment.
should do that, man.
You know what I'm saying? And so like so sometimes when I need that, when I need to remind myself or whatever, I'll go look at some shit and be like, yeah, damn, I did do that shit.
What you gonna look at like though?
I remember that. You know what I'm saying?
What you gonna look at like the old quote covers?
All the way back.
But let's ask the
But you know what? Even
That's
speaking
my
on
nigga,
that,
man.
when I look back at that period, I don't look back at the quality of my work at that time. I look back at the importance of my work at that time. I look back at the fact that I was part of the mixtape, the real fucking birth of the mixtape scene out here, and that I helped establish and build and make that a reality in this market with niggas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I look at that and I'll be like, yeah, okay, that was dope. I personally wasn't the greatest, but shit, I ain't really had no competition at that fucking time anyway. So fuck anybody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I didn't.
talk your shit,
I
kid.
did.
Talk
nigga.
your shit.
I did.
Talk your shit.
I
I still know
What
some
about
of these people.
the viewers? What inspires y'all?
Yeah.
And is anybody in a rut? Like what do you think? What's holding you back right now? Talk to us.
Talk to us. Don't read the comments, but we want to read that one. So put it in the comments.
What was the question? I was reading the comments already.
Oh, what is it? What's the
I
comment?
just see something. Kishana said, right, instead of being a hater to what is above you at the creative level, appreciate it. Learn from it and give props where it's due. Oh, yeah. Instead of hating them more, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's real. Like, you know, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always going to be somebody doper than you.
Yeah, but you should be out. If
you can be cocky and you can feel that you should,
be
but for
inspired
inspiration, for
You
inspiration.
should be.
Because if here's the thing too, and this happens in a lot of different other levels, but if you're the dopest nigga in your circle, you probably not gonna get no fucking better. Is that, you know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
And so you have to keep putting yourself in places where you're not. You know what I'm saying? So that you can keep pushing and hitting that higher level. Because if you demand, niggas get lazy, dog, and motherfuckers do that on the most basic level. Motherfuckers out here will, you know what I'm saying? Because of the culture and how divided and weird, you know, and against everybody used to be, just the simple level of acceptance and acknowledgement sometimes is just a plateau for some people. Once you get to that point of daps and handshakes every time you show up, some niggas plateau right there and feel like they made it. Because now the city finally showing you some love, and they don't go nowhere past that.
And it don't even be the city; it be the 6 people that shook your hand.
Whatever, but they know you now. They recognize you in the city here now, and you know I'm kind of. And some motherfuckers plateau right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's really all about where you trying to push yourself to, and how you can break out of these comfort zones. And it takes leaving the state. It takes going where they don't know you. It takes going and doing all this other shit. Because if you don't keep pushing yourself and keep whatever, you ain't gonna fucking grow. You're gonna end up stagnant. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta be honest, man. A lot of times, like when I be thinking about this comedy shit, and I'm like, man, I don't know if it's for me. I personally like writing shit. And I be thinking, this would be a good joke for so-and-so. Not myself. But the way Denver is set up, people don't look at it like that. Like we could move as a unit. You know, of course there's I'm very competitive. So there's that aspect of it. But to inspire me with that, I just go and look at the shit the shows that I don't get included on. Shit like that, and that shit
that inspires you.
It fuels that fire. I'm like, next show I'm about to come out there and I'm gonna bust their ass.
But I want you to change your mindset though.
That feels good for me though, because that's the competitor in me. It ain't on no hate shit. It's like
not that
I
part.
love to see people doing shit, but
not that part. I'm saying when you said when you said that different times the I've been smoking.
My name is Gary. I'm from Long Beach.
Anyway, guys,
Clean this up.
Yeah, let us know what inspired you guys when you guys are not in the mood. What motivates you guys? Give us some tips too. For people reading it, let us know what are some tricks and some tips that you guys can give people on what do you do when you just not motivated, you're just not inspired. How do you get back in the lane? Let us know.
How do you do it, man?
Do you smoke it all away like Midas over here? Smoke all your brain cells away?
No, I didn't. I just forgot at what angle that I wanted to say. At what angle that I wanted to come on. So I forgot, but yeah, I'm motivated by people that I know that have a similar story that I do, that I'm going on to kind of flourish, man. And even if they don't have a similar story, people that come from a place of people that come from something that they had to overcome.
Yeah.
I'm just drawn to those people in that story mode, and that's the story. I can watch something on TV, and it can have me honestly in tears about their plight, and I ain't scared to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I just see it though. I watched. What's the story about the kids? The Native American kids in Arizona that play basketball.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Kid, I got the full scholarship and didn't know, and I bawled like a baby. That was real, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I'm inspired by that, though. People got to go through this shit. This world is not easy, right? So when you go through shit, it has me lean a little closer. So that's why I like that type of music. I like people that come from that type of, you feel me? That walk of life, you're going to get me to listen more than anything because I know what you've been through. I know what your story is.
Yeah.
You're not just out there rapping and putting words together and shit, trying to make this shit sound good. So
Yeah.
Right.
All right, heavy shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Where's the light shit?
Y'all the light.
I'm sitting here.
You are.
Yeah.
Carry my
Man, I'm always struggling with trying to catch the comments because I feel like I'm seeing a section of the comments and not the comments. Changing the page because we are here. This is January. We got a new fucking president.
Aw, man.
Hey. I'm just saying, we got a new president. Whatever that means, however that whatever that emotion that brings to you, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily change anything that's going on in the country, anything that's going on with real humans.
It changes a lot, actually.
We don't have one thing. We don't have to listen to bro right now.
He lives on.
Oh, he ain't going away. That nigga about to launch a whole.
Yeah,
and he about to start a whole. He about to start a whole thing.
He's sitting in some all white BBDs, just coming up with a plan now.
Yeah, he is not going away. I mean, so I'm not even touching that shit. That shit, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But as far as how do y'all feel about where we're going, right now? You know what I'm saying. As far as this vaccine shit is rolling
Straight
out.
to hell.
Right? This vaccine shit is rolling out. They it's the motherfuckers is taking it. People still gonna continue to be taking it in order for this shit to open up. We just saw that shit happen at the Capitol.
So what's the question?
Where are we going? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like them motherfuckers is ready to sit back, right?
Nigga name 15 things in a row and ask where we going though, right? The comments. Read the comments. Let's read the comments. That nigga name, like you in the car going, damn, shit, that shit on fire. Damn, that motherfuckers getting robbed over there. Shit, that motherfucker, stop here. Let's stop here. No, we ain't stopping here.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Shit's fucked up. What the comments say? What the comments say?
Nothing. I don't know. No, nothing.
What the comments say? What y'all saying, man? What's about y'all here?
Comments said that I'm very inspiring and shit, and I appreciate that. Right on, you know what I'm saying?
Right on to my boy. If I see you when I get home.
Right on to the art community, you know what I'm saying?
Right on to the art community.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I do this for y'all. Yeah, man, but this shit just weird, man. Like I be watching whatchamacallit just for contrast, right? So fuck it. I be watching the different multiple news networks and shit just for contrast because the narrative is different. You know what I'm saying? You watch CNN, you hear one shit. You watch Fox, you hear a whole different type of perspective and shit. And
Jaleesa actually said, "Yes, I'm in the same space, Jude. Wait till we evolve into our next phase, though. We'll look back and appreciate what it took to grow to the next level. Speak positive affirmations daily. I agree with Sophia and never stop creating."
Jaleesa's dope.
Yeah, and Charged Up actually said, "Whatever you speak into the atmosphere, it must return back unto you. Death and life is in the power of the tongue." Here, right? Right, instead of being a hater to what is above you at a creative level, appreciate it, learn from it, and give it props to where it's due. Jaleesa also said, "I'm inspired to keep going when people call me or send me DMs." Oh, okay. She said, "Listen to this, y'all." What is that, bro? What is that? What's this? Squirrel. He's over here doing, what the hell is y'all doing? Listen. Jaleesa said, "Listen to this one, though. I'm inspired to keep going when people call me or send me DMs saying how much they appreciate her show, Water Me Sis." That's on the Ordinary Word, quick plug. And that's my passion, work and give back to support other women and their growth. Whatever that may look like, no judgment. So let's be real. Let's talk about Jaleesa, man.
She's
Because I happen to know, that's my buddy, man. She actually called me before she ever, when she made Water Me Sis, because she wanted to do the graphics, okay? She wanted the graphics done for Water Me Sis and all that. So what I did is I called who I know who does graphics, Mr. Jude over here. And I don't connect people to him often. This is my point. This wasn't a pat on my back. This was just saying this is her vision straight through and through, and she wanted to empower women with this. That was her whole thing. So just to see her move on and still continue that, that's really her passion. That's not some shit she just said, let me make money off of it. Let me try to get into this field and see how I can get money from people. So I just that comes from a real authentic place for her. So I appreciate that though. But different. She said she motivated by people sending DMs. People send you DMs. Does that motivate you? When I send DMs?
You know what?
What's up?
They sometimes do.
They do.
Because sometimes I get inbox and I'll be like expecting to see something creepy, expecting to see the same thing. And then you click on it, it's a whole paragraph about how much you inspire someone that never met you before. And so I think this show has taught me. These are new DMs, yes. I'm actually reading these new DMs.
You said, are these women or men?
Inspired.
I'm just
I'm
both.
Oh, that's cool. No, that's dope. That's women. That's all. Damn.
She might hit me up closer.
I'm glad that it was women. That's all I'm saying.
Surprisingly,
that's what Water Me Sis is all about. See, I'm glad it was women.
I had a young. Oh, you know what? I got my son. My son has my phone. But there's this girl, a young lady. She's not a girl. That hit me up on my DM like 2-3 days ago actually, and she said she's been following me for years. And she saw that I work construction now, and she's like, "Why you do so much things? Like you inspire me. I'm a single mom, and I don't know how you do it." And I don't know what your name is, but shout out to you because she inspired me just by reading that.
Yeah, that's dope.
Just keep going.
Well, think about it. I wake up at 5 in the morning, okay? And then I get home at 5 p.m. And then I go to the gym and get off at like 7:30. And then I spend time with my son, the little time that I have. And then I go to sleep and I do it every single day. So yeah, of course I get tired and I'll be like, man. But I'm focused because, I have a job so I can invest into my business, makes more money than my job. And so it's like, when you have a lot of things to do, you get uninspired really easily, especially if you're like me and you're holding a whole household. Everybody wants from you. Everybody wants it. You take, or you give a lot of bit of you, and then you spread yourself out so thin that you don't have nothing to give yourself. So always put yourself first all the time.
I'm laughing because that's dope, fine, because it actually had to be a woman, though. Because a man in the same perspective, he can't start with the same type of thing. Listen to how that went. The young lady DM'd her and said, "Hey."
Here we go.
No,
you would think it's a new year, it's some new bullshit, but I gotta do the same shit.
No.
Listen,
He's got to
hear him out.
You
You
feel
gotta
this
hear what I'm saying,
What's
though?
this?
A man couldn't do that to you because listen to how this started. A woman hits you up out of nowhere, okay, and DMs you and says, "Hey, I've been following you for years."
A guy does that.
Like, I'm following you for years, so now I'm going to say I've been following you for years. It just sounded really weird. A guy could do it because it's going to sound a different way, and you might not take it the same way. As
How am I
going to
inspire a guy?
Oh, that's
Easy.
What?
You can easy.
Come on, cut it out, man. You
Come
inspire
on. I mean,
a lot
like,
of men, man. Come on, don't
men?
Don't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody could look at
don't
your
limit
energy.
They don't- they might
There's
not.
so many different.
Come on,
Well, probably like one, but I've never, besides one I could probably think of without even counting, gotten an inbox from a male that didn't want nothing else.
See, you can count it. Why couldn't you?
See?
You can't. Why couldn't you count it?
Because it wasn't like
Well,
you inspired me. So you inspired me, and then it was like ... So
How about-
are you
That's
single?
not true.
That's not true.
I've sent you a
But
DM
it's
before.
but
I've sent you a DM before that says "keep going, you moving." Like a couple years ago or something.
I've
like
done it
that.
in your
That's
comments.
different.
Like, let's
I
be
did it in
real.
your
No,
comments.
I'm saying like it's not. I hear you.
Hello,
I
Tux.
didn't-
That was Tux in his pants. Coming through. The red stripe. We call those the red stripes.
We call those the red stripes, man. Special shout out to Pink Dispensary. Each week I will be highlighting a dispensary and smoking on or helping out. I don't really smoke, but that's a cigarette.
Oh,
What?
That's a
You just had
cigarette.
2 blunts in your mouth at the
That's a
same
cigarette.
time.
This is Kush Mints, 26% to 31%. It's definitely up there. It's one of my favorites. So shout out Peak Dispensary.
shout out people.
Shout out Peak Dispensary.
The red
Next week
stripe
I'll
is
be
back
somewhere else,
and
but
gone.
you know, shout out Peak.
You can inspire a man, but not because he wants to like be.
Well, I mean,
Not because he wants to be a woman, but it could
so
be.
tell me,
but
how would man be inspired by a woman? Or maybe I just don't know.
because you know what. I think I realize why you don't get it.
Why?
It's just that simple difference between men and women as far as like what we pay attention to.
Well, because you guys
You know what
already
I'm
know
saying?
me because we're around each other. So for you guys, you might be like, what? How? Because you guys seen, heard, we talk to each other. But I'm saying from someone that's never met me, how would I inspire a
Let me
man?
tell you.
Men respect moves and business and
That's it.
actions and shit like that.
Yeah.
We respect accomplishments. We
Yeah.
respect initiative.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
respect drive.
Right.
We respect certain things. So
Right.
when we see it,
Right.
it's like, okay,
Oh,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? And that, you know what I'm saying? Nothing past that.
There's
like,
not a lot of people moving in the city. There's a handful of people, and I don't know if a handful will be 20, 25, 30, 40. Let's be real. There's a handful of people. It's not 200, 300. The number isn't as big as you think it is. I'm being real with people that are actually making moves and a part of this shit. Does that make
I
sense?
kind of disagree. But
You
yes,
disagree?
go
the
ahead.
numbers
Go
bigger.
ahead.
You
I think the
disagree? You
numbers
think?
bigger.
I think
the
it's
number's
big.
bigger?
I think
You think it's 200, 300 people?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do. I
yeah.
think people don't.
Yeah.
People don't need to document every move.
Yeah, and there's a world outside
So we don't know what they doing.
There's a world outside of the
So-
6 degrees of circle chatter.
That's
and-
not okay.
and-
Okay.
and the
Okay.
crew,
So
you know what
I
I'm saying?
shouldn't have put it that way. But
Yeah.
what I meant was that, like he said, men recognize moves. There's certain people that are moving around, right?
Mhm.
Right? And you're moving in a whole nother way than the other person that you hate me to mention, but she's making moves too.
Oh,
Who's she?
oh.
You're not finna do that.
No,
We're not doing that. No. One thing about me, I don't have people with nobody, so I don't know what you're talking about. Who you talking about?
Selena,
Who's
No.
Selena?
you made me do it. I was trying to be cool.
Oh,
You brought it.
she's making moves.
She's making moves, though, right?
We're not talking about Selena Quintanilla. The one we should be talking about. We ain't even talking about Selena Gomez.
Do the washing machine.
We talking about a rat. Who we talking about?
Oh.
We're
Don't
talking
do
about
that. Don't do
we're
that.
talking about making
We're
Talking
talking
about
2021.
business.
We're
Don't
talking
do
about
that.
making
Don't
moves.
do that.
Don't do that.
Why'd you do? You made it more
Don't
than
do
what it
that,
was.
man. Y'all be putting business and clout over moral. Stop it.
I
Stop.
said that
I
you
don't.
did it.
In character.
I said that.
Stop.
What are you doing to me, though? I just said that. You can watch it back when you watch it. I didn't even compare her to
We're
you.
not.
I said you're the anti-her. You did it the right. What the hell did I do
You
wrong?
need to give
Did I
him
just
some
say
more
that or
water.
not,
Give
though?
him some
You
more
just came in
water.
to burn her
Give him some more water. You need to join Water Me Sis, because you need to be watered down with some holy water. You need to understand that you cannot bring. This is guys. Let's have a talk. Me and you. Let's have a talk, right? In this show, we do not want to bring up anyone who's irrelevant. Okay? Now, when you do fuckboy shit, when you manipulate and try to ruin people's lives, your name will never be brought up in the show. So his bad. He's sorry. He apologizes. Anyway, don't bring her up again.
I won't do it because Fire doesn't like it, and I won't do it because I respect her.
Because you know why? That whole 2 minutes we could have been talking about someone who deserves it. Speaking of that, who we giving flowers to?
Okay.
Let's give flowers.
Let's give flowers to
Segway queen.
Segway queen. Ah. Oh, look how she swing that hair. This one swung all around the neck and shit. Let me start here because I want to go first with this one, y'all.
Please go first.
Do your thing, Jack.
Go.
When I moved here, when I moved here from California, I was introduced to quite a few people, and this guy here was just starting his rise in the city, and he really didn't fool with me at first. So when I met him, you know what I'm saying, he didn't really fool with me because he had his own thing going with his guys, and I respected that. He would move around the city, and I would see him different places, and we would see different places, so the respect started to grow. And he used to be everywhere, right? Everywhere. And over the years, his maturation has improved, his community outreach has improved, and like his brand has improved like 1,000%. And ever since that time, he's never switched up on me to the time that I can send him something right now or be able to do it. And bro will be able to show me love on it though. And matter of fact, he shows everybody love. Matter of fact, he shows everybody love to the point sometimes I feel bad when I can't show him love because I felt like he's shown me that much love in doing what I do.
Drum roll.
So my flowers go to Mr. Kamal Martinez, DJ.
Hey.
DJ K.
DJ Donna.
So listen why though, man. Listen why, because he has consistently supported me in a way where I couldn't even give him free shit. So all them sold out shows that I was doing, I was flex.
That was a good
Little
flex, but I like it, buddy.
All them sold out shows and shit, like I would try to give bro a ticket and he would still buy it, man. And he would buy 2 and 3. Mighty, I got you. Let me get 3 and 4 sometimes. Let me get a t-shirt. Let me get this. Let me do this. I'm gonna play this record. I don't know, you don't even like it, but I'm spending this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? The shit I had with Show and 6. I didn't even really push it the way I should have pushed it. And Tone played the shit every fucking day.
Yeah.
So I just want to give him his flowers, man, because that shit seems to be very, very, very consistent to that young man. I call him often, and I just try to ask him just about life. I like to call people and just check on them and shit.
Yeah.
So
Can I add like a red ribbon to your flowers?
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Because Donna, if you're watching this, I don't even gotta say too much. People already know, like, Donna does so much for the city. He does a lot for everybody. Like, who doesn't he do stuff for? Like, you know what I mean? He's very humble. And I want to add a ribbon to the flowers he's giving you because you deserve it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody's ever told you, but we appreciate you. We appreciate what you do for the city. I know you hear that a lot, but not just what you do for the city. It's really the fact that you do it without people having to tell you to do it. You do it out of your heart with expecting nothing in return.
Yeah.
It's really, really rare. And what you have is really is golden.
He pushed this Colorado line, y'all, when that shit wasn't cool to do. And I know a lot of y'all niggas is benefiting from our early footwork. You dig me? But let me be real, man. The reason y'all niggas is able to say Denver, Colorado, and niggas not laughing in y'all faces because of the footwork niggas like this put in there. And y'all gotta understand, like, this shit's cool to say Denver when you in Denver, my nigga. But when you not in Denver and shit, and you screaming Denver and these other places, and everybody look at you like this, real funny, and check to see everything you got and what you saying and how you talking and how you move, because that's how they justify whether to do business or not, man. And dude can call a lot of people, man, in a lot of different areas, and that's how you know what your reach is, man. So My thing is, I just wanted to give bro his flowers, man, because the work that niggas is able to benefit. You broke a few different artists that are still really popping right now. Trev and Ray Reed, to be specific, that I want to call out. You did a lot for the mob, you know what I'm saying? You just did a lot for me. You did a lot for countless others, so I just wanted to appreciate you for it. Not even on some music shit, but just keep going, bro. We see you, nigga.
Yay, Donna!
Yeah.
Oh, everybody looking at me. All right. Well, that was mine. I literally just showed
I mean, you got
Jay want a text. So I'll put a spin on it and I'm gonna throw somebody else out there. But nah, K-Tone gave me my shot at comedy. And it was funny too because he gave me that negative ass peer pressure. Like he knew I hadn't done it before. He was calling me like, motherfuckers asked me like, who's Matt Ryder? He texted me like, man, you better come with it. And afterwards, like, you know, he praised me, but then he continued to give me work. You know, I did 4 straight years, and each year first year it was like, man, just get up there and do 5 minutes, get off the stage, get out the way for Sheen and all them. And then it came to, you know, give me 10 minutes. Then it was, hey man, you just rock. You do your thing, and he come, like you said, with the tickets. He comes and supports. Like, now that I got a reoccurring like opening gig at the Improv, like K-Tone come to them shows, and I'd be trying to leave tickets, and he don't take them. Michael Blackson, unfortunately, I couldn't get nobody tickets, but he was on my list, and I appreciate K-Tone, not just for all he's done for the city, but man, just seeing him, I was able to get to know his family and see his dedication to his kids. Like, he don't sleep enough.
Right.
Like, K-Tone don't sleep because it's work and family. And I think what's not recognized is he sets a great example for not just his kids, but for a lot of kids and families to see just what a man does and how a man handles it. So but hold on, I'm about to give my flowers to Arzell Shoeman Lewis.
Okay.
Zell been doing a lot, giving a lot of shoes to families. I don't know if y'all see him on Facebook, but his latest big movement was getting his dad out of jail. His dad had been in jail for I think 25 years, man, for some dope. And Arzell was able to get him pardoned by the governor.
Oh wow.
And his dad came home maybe 2-3 days ago.
Big boy shit.
And I appreciate that.
That's big boy shit.
Just to see that, man, because he didn't let up. He was, you know, he was a pit bull with it.
You know how many people are trying to get people pardoned, bro? For you to even be considered and get it to work? That's genius, man. So,
he fought, man. He had attorneys and people writing letters, and he worked hard, and you could just see the pride in the pictures of his dad coming home, and he called me a couple of weeks before he came home, and I don't even know how to feel. Like, the letter came from the governor, and he's like, I don't even know how to feel. Like, it won't feel real till I see him, and to get his dad out, man. There's a lot of brothers down for that similar shit. So, man.
What's my brother's name again?
Arzell Shoeman Lewis.
Arzell Shoeman Lewis.
Zelly Low.
Your flowers, bro. Bro, that's good shit, my guy. We never had somebody get pardoned on the show before. I mean, that's
Jude, hey man,
Jude,
I sent scavenger hunt proposals, man. I'm a cool motherfucker,
Jude,
man.
you got
my motherfucker, man.
I couldn't actually let y'all say y'all's pieces on Tone and without me, you know what I'm saying?
Tone Appreciation Day.
You know, like, shit, it's like a 15-year relationship. You know what I'm saying? If not more than that, business wise, homie wise, you know what I'm saying? I used to race I used to race his son on Mario Kart when he was like super little, like 7 years old. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like we got so much history, and you know, like everything y'all said was real. You know what I'm saying? Like bro's always been putting on for the city. It's always been in Colorado. It's always been local. He's took flack for, you know, he's lost DJ gigs. He's, you know what I'm saying, because of his crowd and, you know, whatever it is, and he's always given and done it for the community. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been a genuine dude. Like you said, he can call up a lot of people, you know, and people will pick up for Tone because of who's calling. You know what I'm saying? Not because, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's tons of popular, famous rap dudes all over the world. You know what I'm saying? But all of them that came through this Denver pipeline, or you know, did a small show here and there while they was moving around. They all, he was interacting with all them and maintaining legitimate, genuine relationships to where he can easily, you know what I'm saying, get these people on the line, you know what I'm saying? And when it's real, and that's you know, dude is honestly one of the real ones, one of the genuine ones, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I may have had somebody to speak on, but as soon as you know what I'm saying, as soon as you pull bro's name out the hat, like, there ain't no way to deviate away from, you know what I'm saying, like what he means to the city, what he, you know, what the example that he puts out, you know what I'm saying, for the kids. I've done tried to pass bro all kind of weed, all kind of times he would want to smoke. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And even just those little things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, those little things are the things that, you know, make him who he is, and back up, reinforce what people view him as and see him as, because he is what people think that he is. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. So, my nigga. So
shout out to Tona. You getting a whole bouquet today, Tona? Okay.
He can kiss my ass.
Yeah, now we can shoot on him. We got all that.
But
that nigga shirts be little motherfucking now. Like ever since that nigga started.
Wait, I gotta get my flowers.
I watched him pat his braids with boxing gloves on to Trina. Fuck him.
to Trina.
And he boxed like Jack Johnson. I seen it. All right, go ahead. I seen it. No.
Yeah, y'all. I throw me off too. Okay, so I'm gonna give one. I'm gonna go 1.5. A 1.5 person.
Oh shit! You got a midget? Can we say midget?
So 1.5 because I don't want half. He's little. Wow. So the whole person I'm gonna give it to. So I'm just kidding. The first person I'm gonna give my flowers to is, I have to be very, 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 very specific, because I can't just say brothers, because I have a whole lot of them. I gotta give my flowers to my older brother. You know, my brother Ricky, my older brother. You know, shout out to Trev and Squizzy, my brothers too. But my brother, my oldest brother, he deserves so many flowers, and I don't want to wait for later, but I want to give him flowers because this fool done invested in everything that I do. He has my back in everything that I do. And you know, like 2 weeks ago, I went through something super hard, like something hard that could have been like enough to end it all if I didn't have the strength that I have. And my brother just came through he came to my door. And, you know, he gave me a little pep talk, because my brother doesn't do all that emotional stuff. He gave me a little pep talk, and then I just reminded myself, like, damn, I got a really solid foundation of men in my life. So I gave one to Squeezy. I haven't given one to my older brother yet, so I'm going to go ahead and give my flowers to my older brother, Ricky. He works 90 hours a week. He makes 6 figures. He does everything he can to be the best father. And where we come from, what he's doing is just unheard of. You know, I'm not put your business, but Yes, I'm giving my brother his flowers, and then the half a person, I'm gonna give the flowers to my son because his birthday's tomorrow. So Messiah's gonna turn 7 tomorrow.
Why you ain't tell us?
And I don't know. I was gonna say, it's like a lot of things. A lot of things that have been happening. Like the devil's been really trying me a lot lately, and I feel like my son, his what's that called when you bounce back? Resilience. His resilience is like really for his age is like incredible. Like a lot of stuff happened. I'm telling you, like a week or two ago. That for me, it took me like two whole days to just cry it all out. And my son just bossed up and was like, "All right, mom." And I just have to give my flowers to my son because he's so strong. I don't even know where the strength comes from. So I'm gonna give my flowers to my brother and my son because they've been really holding it down and they've been keeping me focused at work. So.
Give it up for Ricky and Messiah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
That's bro. That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, and even now, look, he didn't knock down once. He's out there in the other room. He didn't even knock one time.
He was peeking in the.
I know. I know, but he didn't knock.
I gotta tell y'all something that I wasn't able to tell the group though. So I want to tell the group at one time. This is like the happiest I've been as a dad, as a father, in like a long time, man. My daughter just made the varsity team at Cherry Creek.
Yeah.
Hey!
As a freshman.
Yeah.
As a freshman.
Yeah.
As a motherfucking freshman.
That's what's up.
So we put in, she puts in, for me to say I put in work is a lie because she puts in the work. I just make sure I get her wherever she need to get to and just to get that call back. And she just, you know what I'm saying, for everybody to be against, it's almost emotional me thinking about this shit, man. Like, they told us not to send her to this fucking school, okay? They told us she wasn't gonna play, she not gonna, they don't fuck with black girls, they told me the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? And they welcomed her with open arms, man, and she in the rotation, not just making a team, bro. Like, she's in the rotation, so it's only up from here. I'm just proud of her, man. Moran, do your thing.
Right.
I wanted to get
I'm
that
proud of her too, but
know.
she know. Is she watching? Is she up?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, she's up, but she's not watching.
She better not be watching because she ain't never beat me in sevens. So when she beat me in sevens, then she'll get
before the show's over,
credibility.
Can we do
me.
this thing
But
where
right
we
now,
tell and give people like advice before we like leave? Yeah. I'm coming, son. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Somebody have advice for what? Somebody you need
Okay,
advice?
so I'll start off. So I feel like after we watch the live, I see people comment after the live, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, I wish I would have said that. So we're gonna, since you guys leave a comment after the show's done, we're gonna say something before the show's over.
About the comments from the last one.
Yeah, but it don't count, so we gotta start over because it's a new year. So
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll leave out with this. What's going on in the world? Mental health is getting worse. I know that when you hear mental health, you think it's the same thing, but it goes so. It's one of those topics. It goes so deep. So before we leave, I want to say that for those of you battling with mental health, like I'm telling you, the numbers is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Just so many people that I know are going through so much. And on the next show, I'm going to tell you guys who I spoke with, and you guys are going to flip out. But anyway, I want to leave off with saying this. If you are going through something, especially women, and well, actually I can't say especially women because it's men that's going through it the most, but single moms, whatever. What I want you guys to take in this year is that I really encourage you guys to be comfortable in your own company. I feel like a lot of us don't do that anymore because social media and is taking over. Like before the phones, we was able to go through something, sit in our thoughts and gather our thoughts. And I feel like a lot of us don't have that time to gather our thoughts because from the situation that made us stress, we go straight to social media, our phones, and then we go somewhere else. So we really don't get alone time. So I'm going to leave out with saying that get some alone time. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your own company and know that it's okay to be bored. Know that you don't have to have something to do 24/7, and it's okay to sit there in your thoughts and let all your thoughts come to your head and then organize them as they come. So don't have to have all your shit together. It's okay. You're not missing out. Don't worry about the world seem like it's moving really, really fast. If you do it in your own pace, be comfortable in your own.
And not only that, and the last thing to say is, you thinking everybody else got it together, and everybody else is fucked up too. So the thing, you watching people living some imperfect shit, and they don't really got it together too. Social media is a beautiful thing until it's not. And so, I just want y'all to know that, man. Like, we going through shit. Call the homies up. Say, hey, man, I'm going through shit. Call your homegirls up. Say, I'm going through. You let that shit sit in. It's gonna find a way to show itself.
Or leave us a comment. We'll get to it. Leave us a comment.
So, you know.
Any advice for these people out here?
Yeah. Don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I
Wow.
got to say.
Wow.
Y'all said it all.
I'ma say,
Like Pat, no, I told you all, you was a patter.
Anyway, finish.
I'ma say, don't quit.
Hey, I like that.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, just, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you own, whatever, you know what I'm saying, like, just do it, you know what I'm saying, and don't quit. I mean, quit shit, like, but
Don't quit on yourself.
but don't give up, you know what I'm saying, just keep pushing through. That weird ass cliche about you might give up right before the breaking point, you know what I'm saying, or the turning point. So you just gotta keep on pushing through, keep on digging, you know what I'm saying, you'll eventually touch that diamond.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
And do it for you. Do it for you though. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it for the cheers, don't do it for them, don't, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if it ends up working, a lot of people won't be around you anyway. Some, the true was, but like all them petty motherfuckers that you spent all that time worrying about wouldn't even be in your life. So like, just do your shit. You know
Yes, do your shit and don't have sex if you're not married.
Where did?
All right. I have to leave you guys that for so you can continue talking about shit for the next
All
segment.
right. So.
Okay. Oh, shit.
You all right? Did I say something?
No.
What are you doing, bro?
What's going on here?
What's going on?
Where are we going with
I'm
this?
supporting the cause, man. I'm supporting the cause.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody.
Yeah.
You got mail.
Cop that merch.
That
Grab
could be you.
shit.
That could be you. Just go to shoplandandcultures.com.
You know what it is? Newbieclub.com, dog. Yeah.
All right, y'all, man. We're going to see y'all next time. Don't read the comments, man. Our network.
We missed you
Your
guys.
network. You feel me?
Yeah, no doubt.
Funny Matt.
Fire.
Motherfucking Jude. So motherfucking fire. And I am Midas, man. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.